Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Pocket Cast, Pocket Chaser, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 49 coming soon. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So, I just watched Soul, the new release from Pixar Animation, and it stars the voices of Jamie Foxx, of Tina Fey, of Angela Bassett, Felicia Rashad, Graham Norton, Daveed Diggs, Rachel House, among many others, man. This cast is huge. For a Pixar movie, man, one voice I did not catch, though, John Ratzenberger. It's directed by Pete Docter, who should be among the Mount Rushmore of Pixar directors if he is not, man. He directed the original Monsters, Inc. He directed Up. He directed Inside Out. You got Jamie Foxx, and he's a music teacher with musical aspirations of being something greater. He has an accident and ends up in the great before. That's not where, you know what I'm saying, the great beyond is where you go when you die, you know what I'm saying, go into the white light. This is not that. He ends up where souls need to go to be ready to go live, you know what I'm saying? He meets number 22, a soul who just hasn't discovered her purpose, doesn't want to go to Earth. And there's some cool references regarding her character. They end up, let me see. They end up on Earth, and Jamie Foxx wants to get back into his body, a task that is harder than it sounds. And she is along for the ride, learn some stuff about this. I don't want to get too into spoilers, but there's a heavy-hearted message. It's Pixar. And again, as you can see, this was one of my most anticipated movies all year. I really wish, I know once the pandemic hit, there was no hey, this is the game plan for movie releases. That's why this is coming out now and not in June. I loved Inside Out. As soon as I heard Pete Docter was directing a movie with Jamie Foxx as the lead voice, my excitement was through the roof. And it still hit that heavy for me, man, because the animation is so crispy. There are moments in this movie that look, when it's all humans on screen, there are moments in this movie that look real. And oh yeah, Questlove from The Roots is one of the voices too. Completely fuck this. And Questlove from The Roots is one of the voices too. He plays a very important character as far as Jamie Foxx development and motivation and all of that. And I don't want to gush too hard over this movie. I'm not gonna front. At first, I thought it was good. It gets better as the running time goes on. This movie just improves and gets better, and just it spoke to me, man. I don't want to sound like one of them snobby old auteur, my whole movie collection is all Criterion editions. But it's Onward came out in March, deserves way more love. And it hit me from the family element of, siblings and looking out for you and fathers, and it hit me right here. And this movie hit me in the same place, but from a different angle, with having the musical dream and not everybody that you think would have your back and being supportive, and just doubting, and even peers. Peers are always gonna shit on somebody with an aspiration bigger than what the local is. That's just life, and that's mad relatable. Um, the voice cast was amazing. Jamie Foxx did Rio, but I can't front and say I haven't watched Rio in like 6 years. And tonally, that's what I was telling my wife when this was over. This isn't even a review. It's like I'm conversing with y'all about this movie. This movie is full of adult humor not from the perspective of DreamWorks and like Shrek 2 with like the catnip joke or like the Pinocchio with the women's underwear gag. The humor is very mature from I've done that before. That's funny because I've been in those shoes. And but I'm gonna say this now because I'm gonna forget if I keep rambling. There is an amazing New York Knicks gag in this movie. It's I laughed so hard. Knicks fans might not like it though, but take this as a true story, Knicks fans, and that's why the funk. I love this movie. I love the message. It makes you think about your purpose in life, man. It makes you can like think about life. It makes you think like about your goals, and it makes you think, period. Again, like aside from like inappropriate contact in the office, respect to John Lasseter for the first two Pixar movies, and I'm gonna say the first Cars because I love the first Cars. And then respect to Brad Bird for The Incredibles and Ratatouille. The Incredibles, plural, both movies, because I still love The Incredibles too, even though some people might not. But Pete Docter might be the best director in Pixar. He has 4 classics. I'm gonna say within if y'all don't think Inside Out is a classic, I want to know why. And is it just because it's too new? Because motherfuckers love Up, motherfuckers love Monsters Inc. I think within years, motherfuckers will love this if they don't already. And, I think he might have the best collective of Pixar movies as far as like a resume goes. Lasseter hasn't done anything outside of Pixar. Brad Bird has done Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol, The Iron Giant, Tomorrowland. And Pete Docter has just done these as far as I know. But then, Luca's coming, and then in 2022, Seeing Red is coming, and Lightyear is coming. I could gush like a half hour over how cool the concept of Lightyear is. And who better to voice the astronaut that inspired the Buzz Lightyear action figure than Chris Evans? But I digress. I love the musical element of this. I love the story. I love the introspective way that an animated movie will make adults think. I love the jokes. It got emotional toward the end. This is everything you want in a Pixar movie. This is everything you expect from a Pixar movie. So with all that being said, for only the second time in 2020, in my opinion, Soul is dope as fuck. Have you had a chance to watch Soul yet? I know it came out on Christmas Day. Christmas Day is busy for everybody. What did you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. My last review for 2020 is going to be News of the World, the Tom Hanks movie that just came out. Promising Young Woman isn't available to rent, as far as I know, on streaming. As far as DirecTV, that's the only place I've searched so far. I've recently posted a review for Wonder Woman 1984, for The Midnight Sky, for Mank. Check those out for me, man. I can't tell you the first movie I'm going to review in January. It's either going to be Wrath of Man, the new Guy Ritchie movie. It's either going to be Batman Soul of the Dragon. I don't know. But I've got end of the year videos, beginning of the year videos, Blu-ray collection updates coming all around the corner, man. Rec League Podcast, year in review coming. Check it all out, man. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.